Today we play the new Luxray. For 2 energy, Luxray deals 110 damage and 20 damage to one of your own benched Pokemon. It doesn't look that impressive on paper, but I've been really enjoying this card. My first instinct was to make a super aggro deck and pairing it with Emolga and Boltund. It was alright, but this deck doesn't really have anything going for it other than lots of front-loaded damage. So my second attempt was pairing it with the Jolteons. This can be very strong at times, but it felt inconsistent and like it wasn't really working the way I hoped. You could also consider Raikou EX, but Raikou is a bit too slow, delaying Luxray, and it also becomes an easy Cyrus target, and then they only really need to handle one of your Luxrays. In the end, I found my favorite partners in Galvantula and Oricorio. In today's deck, it's over in a flash. This is a bit of a greedy Luxray list, but it's been working out for me surprisingly well. With few Pokemon and 2 Copycats, we try to go all in on Luxray and get it out fast and consistently. However, this deck can also feel quite flexible, and between Oricorio, Galvantula, Volkner and Elemental Switch, you've got quite a few tricks up your sleeve. I did have 2 Galvantulas initially, but you never really need 2 on the board, so I replaced one with Luxio and a second Copycat for even better Luxray consistency. You usually start the match with either Luxray or Oricorio, which is enough to handle most early to mid-game threats. But against the bulkiest targets, you can use Galvantula and Elemental Switch to paralyze them twice before moving in with Luxray. I even found that the 20 damage to the bench is not really too relevant for the most part. Your opponents will not want to Cyrus your bench, because they can't afford to ignore your Luxray in the front. But as with any deck relying heavily on their stage 2, you can still brick sometimes. However, I had a blast playing this and it's so far my favorite Luxray deck. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, hype, and consider subscribing for more fun off meta decks. Is there any card you want to see played? Let me know in the comments and I'll build a deck around it. With that said, check this deck out in action and enjoy the games. Okay, against Suicune. Unfortunately, we go first. Oricorio can be quite good. Volkner can be quite good too. I can potentially sacrifice the Jolteon and then finish it off with Luxray. That might be the swing I need to win this. I'm never too happy about sacrificing Jolteon, but I think it's for a good cause here. Okay, just gonna go straight for this. Volkner next turn for 130 damage. So even Irida is not enough, to need Giant Cape as well. And not to mention that them attacking this turn means no powering up Giratina. That Greninja can be an issue, but I mean I don't think they would ignore a Jolteon dealing 50 every turn for 1 energy. Especially if it hasn't evolved. Actually, like if it did evolve, it would deal 90 damage. So I think they need to get rid of it immediately. But the Greninja probably shurikens the Luxray, not sure. Okay. Not quite falling into my spider trap, but in a way it did. Usually the spider trap is Galvantula paralyzing them. But this might do well enough. Yeah, maybe I should not have played... Maybe I should not have played the second Shinx actually. I wanted it just because I have the second evolution. And I guess I can target it with the self-damage. Yeah, but it's not perfect. They do have basically 0 energy, so I am threatening to one-shot this Greninja as well. So it's not easy for them to come back from this. Okay, I mean, yeah. I can leave the Suicune at 10. Or the Greninja at 40. Like your pick. Okay then. I guess neither. GG? To be fair, not much they could have done, I suppose. And this copycat is about to get some massive value. Latias. Guess a bit of a spoiler alert. I've been experimenting with Latias because of Gothitelle. Planning a Gothitelle deck soon. Not using Latias though. That experiment failed, but it was worth a try. But Latias feels very underwhelming right now in this meta. I honestly am just gonna go for Copycats because this hand is kind of more mid-game. More of a mid-game hand. This isn't that much better. Well, research is much better. Having a Luxray is very good too. But still two relatively dead cards here. Okay. Maybe this helps a little bit. Not quite. Okay. Top deck research, I think we're back in it. Really good. Yeah, just gonna go with this. Now I'm missing the Luxray. I think I have to go with this. Even if this Luxio goes down, can't really afford to retreat it. And yeah, like I considered they could have played the Sylveon, retreat the Latias, finish off the Luxio. But now I have the Oricorio, pressure the Sylveon, and then a Cyrus down the line. So this might still be alright. Have another research and a Copycat as well, which is really good. I'm not sure if they're running the non-EX Altaria. Right, you wouldn't really run it with this setup. You know what? I'm gonna Copycat because none of these cards are really usable right now. Yeah, just gonna go for this. Now Galvantula survives Sabrina. And I only really need a Shinx. Second Shinx? Maybe they're gonna tank with Latios? No, what does that accomplish? Oh, I guess they're just throwing away cards. Running Leaf is pretty awkward with this deck though. Oh, I guess they will have a second Latias. That's the thing. So they can finish off the Oricorio. But do they already have it? Okay. I mean, they really do need it right now. Otherwise, Galvantula and Oricorio are gonna finish off whatever they bring. Okay. So I had to step out real quick. So I think best bet is preparing the Luxray. But then I would also need the Giant Cape. which is in the bottom 3, like I have a 1 in 3 chance to get it. Right, no more researchers or copycats though. Beautiful. Still lose to Sabrina or Cyrus though. I do have my own Cyrus as well in the bottom 2. But yeah, if they actually don't have Sabrina or Cyrus here, 5 cards left for them against 2 of our own. I can stand a chance. Like even it is Altaria, if no Sabrina or Cyrus, I can paralyze Altaria twice, and it's in for a bad time, unless they have Cinder Lady to heal the paralysis. Okay, they're gonna... That makes sense too, they would lose to Cyrus. Okay. Let's go. No, actually, I can't... No, yeah, I can. But, I mean, I don't need to paralyze it. I can just Cyrus now. No, I do need to paralyze it. For a moment, I forgot, like, yeah, I can't attack with the Luxray because it would take out the Galvantula and it would be a tie. So, I guess it's still easier to lock down on this Sylveon. There we go. I mean, to be fair, they wouldn't know that I had the elemental switch to finish the game with the Galvantula again, because otherwise I would still have to resort to the tie. But yeah, regardless, double paralysis if needed. Alright, going second against Torchic. I can even pressure them with Jolteon. I was thinking of just putting the energy on Oricorio because Galvantula has a 0 retreat cost. I mean, I can also just put the energy on a Shinx, and then Copycats hopefully would get me the rare candy, and I would still have the 0 retreat cost into 110 damage next turn. It could be better, but I do want them to try to do something here. Okay. I'm gonna try to research first. I think I can just do this. Even if they come in with the Blaziken. I mean, first of all, they only have one Blaziken now. So if it is Mega Blaziken, they can't handle Oricorio. I guess they could with burn damage. So it is a Mega. Best case scenario, they would Sabrina, to be honest. I would much prefer to lose a Shinx than the Jolteon. Okay. Yeah, there goes my paralysis. That's the problem. So I would take 40. Yeah, that red card messed me up a little bit. Giant Cape can be really good. Well, actually... yeah, Giant Cape doesn't do anything on the Luxray anymore because of the Rocky Helmet. Okay. This burn heal is really important. I have one energy there. I'm gonna put this on Oricorio. And I'm tempted to Copycat because I don't really see this Volkner mattering right now. That's not ideal. So they need healing right here. And I will get my Cyrus sooner or later. Maybe it's a matter of who gets which first. Them getting healing or me getting Cyrus. So they do have healing, but retreat anyway. Yeah, just gonna retreat here. I'm gonna hit that. They do need Flame Patch as well. I guess they must have it. But it's tricky. Maybe I misplayed at the start. I didn't necessarily need to sacrifice the Joltik. Oh. So 4 cards left. But I pretty much only have one more draw. I can choose not to attack with Oricorio. Or I could try to Copycat right now. I guess it's not necessarily bad. It's 7 cards, re-rolling 3 out of 7. But I only really need one more. I'm just gonna try this. But yeah, even another Lily is enough to get out of range of the second Luxray. Okay, kind of want to Copycat, and to Copycat I would probably want to use Elemental Switch, but if then I actually get the Luxray, then I would not be able to attack because of that Elemental Switch. So I feel like it's better not to use the Elemental Switch, unfortunately, and try to risk anyway 4 cards. That's close enough, kinda. And I have to pass the turn, otherwise I would get knocked out to the burn. And yeah, still lose to Sabrina or Cyrus. Ah, that's unfortunate. That was really close. You know, generally speaking, I think I actually have a bit of an advantage in this matchup, but this was a very tricky one to navigate. I probably misplayed in there somewhere, but yeah, let me know how and what you would have done differently. Okay. This is pretty scary. Poor Joltik doesn't have enough HP to survive this. Is there anything I can do? So I have 5 cards. They have 6. Copycat will give me better chances of getting basics. I think best chance of getting Oricorio. To try to protect my poor Joltik. There's the Shinx. Galvantula, no Oricorio. Oh god, this will hurt. I guess I'm gonna put it in Luxray range. I have the Volkner and the rare candy. I might as well try to go for it. And if I put the energy in the back, they would be more incentivized to Sabrina. But this is probably the Rampardos deck, so Rampardos also gets one-shotted by... No, Luxray gets one-shotted by Rampardos, so that's really bad. Goodbye, Joltik. You will be missed. Ah, that hurts. That's the first time it happens, actually. Like, getting my Joltik knocked out to a 50 damage dealer. Oh, now you give me Oricorio? Screw you, I don't want you anymore. Okay, so what do I do? Wait, oh, they used the potion. I barely even registered that. So, I think I should retreat, unfortunately. If I had the Luxray, I should just deal 30 damage and then finish it off. But as it stands, this is rough. I'm giving them too much time to find the Rampardos. Now I get this. You know what? I'm gonna try to be sneaky. If they have Sabrina, I'm gonna try to make them not use it. Yeah, they just come in immediately, greedy as they are. But that's fine. So they think I'm screwed. Nothing I can do. To be honest, not much I can do. But I do survive a little bit now. Unless they can get the second Rampardos going super quickly. I survived 2 hits from this Hitmonchan, so I still knock it out before it can knock me out. And they need a second fossil this turn. Otherwise they lose to Cyrus no matter what. Okay. Maybe a bit too late for that. Okay, Giant Cape is not really gonna do anything. Giovanni is not really gonna do anything either. Desperation Potion as well. So, how to trick Rampardos? Okay. I mean, yeah, they couldn't really get out of that. Alright, find a friend Davy. I think I'll just go for Copycat here. Put a Giant Cape on Oricorio this time. Just because... not sure, Jolteon EX can wear it down a little bit still. Second Copycat is quite good. So let's just go with this. Even Volkner actually. Maybe attack once with Oricorio, then finish it off with Luxray. Or if they don't evolve, I can try to go directly for Luxray. Well, not necessarily. I ideally outplay the Copycat before the Volkner. But in this case, I'm gonna go with Volkner after all. Because they needed to spend 2 energies on this Jolteon. And well... Oricorio is still technically alive. Alright, good. I needed to deal damage to something that wasn't this Oricorio. In a best case scenario. So yeah, this Jolteon EX isn't really prepared to go up against his Luxray either. So this isn't looking good for them. Question is, problem is I can't really put energy on much. Like, can put one energy on Shinx, and that's it. But with the Cyrus, this would be game over immediately. Another non-EX Jolteon. Okay. That's really good, actually. So draw 3 here. And okay. I'll just deal more damage to it anyway, it doesn't really matter. At least Joltik doesn't become a target for Cyrus just yet. And now I have my own Cyrus. So not much they can do there. That's game. Too fast for Jolteon.